Stop everything you're doing. What I'm about to drop in the next 40 minutes is the difference between being the guy people forget 5 seconds after you leave the room and becoming the man whose presence alone commands silence and respect. 3 days ago, I was sitting in a cafe in Lisbon. A guy in his early 30s, good-looking, well-dressed, clearly successful, was on the phone, literally begging a girl who had just cheated on him to, "Please give me one more chance." 23 minutes of explaining, justifying, negotiating for the bare minimum of respect. I felt it in my chest like a punch, because 10 years ago that was me. And maybe, just maybe, that has been you. The truth nobody wants to say out loud. Your lack of automatic respect isn't bad luck. It isn't your face, your height, your bank account, or your childhood. It is conditioning. You were trained to be liked before you were trained to be respected. Trained to be helpful before you were trained to be powerful. Trained to say sorry when someone else stepped on your shoes. But 500 years ago, a Florentine diplomat wrote the raw, unfiltered operating manual for real power, not power over others, power over yourself. His name was Niccolo Machiavelli. Today I'm giving you the 8 modern laws forged directly from his work, stripped of the poison, distilled into pure, unbreakable strength. When you live these 8 laws, something irreversible happens. You walk into a coffee shop and conversations drop half a volume. You speak once and phones go face down. You set a boundary and nobody, even people who used to walk all over you, dares test it again. You become the man respect is simply given to because you finally give it to yourself first. If you're ready to stop auditioning for your own life, drop this exact sentence in the comments right now. I choose self-respect over the need to be liked. Let's go. Principle 1. Wake the sleeping king. Inside every single man watching this video right now are 2 complete versions of you. Version 1. The old you. Says sorry when someone bumps into him. Explains himself to people who don't deserve an explanation. Accepts disrespect because I don't want drama. Negotiates for basic human decency. Version 2. The king. Calm. Certain of his value. Impossible to rattle. Doesn't ask for respect, he radiates it. Every single day you are feeding one and starving the other. Every time you let someone talk over you in a meeting, old, you get stronger. Every time you text paragraphs after being left on read, old, you get stronger. Every time you say, it's fine when it's clearly not fine, old, you get stronger. The king does none of that. Here's how you start waking him today. 3 non-negotiable habits. The 3-second rule. Next time someone interrupts you, stop speaking immediately. Look them dead in the eyes for 3 full seconds. Do not smile to make them comfortable. 90% of people will apologize and give the floor back. The no. Practice. Today, say no to one small thing you normally say yes to out of politeness. No explanation, just no. Watch how the world doesn't end and how people suddenly treat you differently. The mirror exercise. Do this tonight. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say out loud, I do not negotiate for respect. I do not explain my standards. I am enough. Say it until you feel it in your spine. Do these 3 things for 7 days and you will feel the shift. People will start describing you with words they never used before. There's just something about him. Comment right now. The king is awake. Principle 2. Build the granite mind. Most men's minds are made of sponge. Every criticism, every rejection, every sideways look soaks in and stays there for years. The granite mind is different. It lets information in, but nothing penetrates your self-worth. Example. Last year, a client screamed at me on a call, called my work garbage, threatened to ruin my reputation. Old me would have spiraled for days. Granite me asked 3 questions. Is any part of this feedback useful? 10% was, what does his reaction say about him? He was terrified of looking weak in front of his boss. How do I grow from this instead of shrinking? Within 24 hours, the sting was gone. Within a week, I used the 10% valid feedback to improve my offer and made an extra $47K that quarter. Here's your daily Granite Mind protocol, 4 minutes max. Every single night, open your notes app and write one thing someone said or did that could have upset me. The story I almost told myself about it. The stronger story I choose instead. One action I will take tomorrow to prove the stronger story true. Do this for 30 days and your brain will rewire itself to turn poison into protein. Comment: my mind is becoming granite. Principle 3. Master strategic silence. The loudest man in the room is almost always the weakest. He talks because he's terrified of not being heard. He over-explains because he's terrified of not being understood. He argues because he's terrified of not being right. The strongest man I ever met, an ex-Navy SEAL turned CEO, speaks maybe 50 words in an hour-long meeting. When he does speak, the entire room goes dead quiet. Not out of fear, out of respect. Here's your 7-day silence challenge that will change how people treat you forever. Speak 30% less than your normal amount. Never answer a question immediately. Pause 2-3 seconds every single time. When someone tries to bait you into drama X, family member bringing up politics, respond with calm eye contact and 0 words until they stop. I did this challenge in 2022. By day 5, my own mother said, "Something's different about you. You feel heavier." Your silence creates a vacuum that forces other people to fill with respect. Comment: my silence commands the room. Endemuxatu. Principle 4. Turn every hit into muscle. Life is going to hit you hard, repeatedly. Breakups, betrayals, layoffs, public humiliation, none of it is optional. What is optional is whether you let the hit break you or build you. 2021 was my darkest year. Lost my biggest client, 70% of revenue. Got cheated on and dumped. Dad had a heart attack. Most men would have curled up. I decided every punch was a free gym session. From the client loss, I built multiple income streams. From the breakup, I became emotionally unbreakable. From my dad's scare, I became obsessed with health. 2 years later, I'm making 4x more, in the best shape of my life, and closer to my father than ever. Your new rule: after anything painful happens, give yourself exactly 24 hours to feel it fully, then ask, what strength is this situation trying to force me to build? Then go build it. Comment: every hit makes me stronger. Principle 5. Silence critics with undeniable results. Weak men waste years arguing with people who will never respect them. Strong men make arguing pointless by becoming undeniable. I used to reply to every hater in my comments. Then I decided, let my life do the replying. 2019. Broke, overweight, depressed. 2024. Multiple 6-figure businesses, 10% body fat. Traveling the world, speaking on stages. The same people who called me a fraud now write 5-paragraph essays about how I got lucky. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity while haters are typing. Your only job: become so good they can't ignore you, and so calm they can't provoke you. Comment: my results shut mouths. Endemuxatu. Principle 6. Engineer your first 7 seconds. Science says people decide if they respect you in the first 4-7 seconds. Most men leave those 7 seconds to random chance. Kings engineer them like a military operation. 4 non-negotiables. Posture: shoulders back, chin parallel to ground, chest open, walk like you're being pulled upward by a string on the top of your head. Eye contact. Hold 2 seconds longer than feels natural. Voice, drop your tone slightly at the end of sentences, statements, not questions. Style. Dress 1 level sharper than the room average. Do these 4 things and strangers will literally describe you with the exact same phrase within weeks. There's just something about that guy. Comment, my presence speaks before I do. Principle 7. Make excellence your daily religion. Excellence is not a performance. It is a quiet daily ritual when nobody is watching. The gym at 5:30 a.m. when it's raining. The cold shower when you want to stay in bed. The deep work block when Netflix is calling. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you deposit 1 more brick in the fortress of unbreakable self-respect. The man who cannot be seduced by laziness cannot be controlled by anyone ever. Your new daily checklist, non-negotiable. Wake up same time, even weekends. Move your body, minimum 30 minutes. Do the hardest task first. Keep every promise you made to yourself. Do this for 90 days, and you will look in the mirror and not recognize the man staring back in the best way possible. Comment, excellence is my religion. Principle 8, become unshakable. This is the final form. The unshakable man no longer needs to be right to feel secure, to be liked to feel worthy, everything to go perfectly to stay calm. He has internalized his value so deeply that external weather no longer moves him. People will test you when you level up. Old friends will mock you. Exes will try to pull you back into old patterns. Family will say you've changed. Smile. That's how you know it's working. The buttons they used to press have been surgically removed and replaced with steel. You no longer prove your worth. You are the proof. You have become the man who walks into any room, and the room adjusts to him. Drop the final affirmation. I am unshakable. If this video just rewired something deep inside you, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, then tell me in the comments. Which of the 8 laws are you committing to today? Because this is no longer about motivation. This is about identity. The world has been waiting for the real you to stand up. Not tomorrow. Right now. Go claim the respect you were born to have. I'll see you at the top, brother. End screen. Comment your favorite law plus tag a brother who needs this. As a disix books voltusif duub.